This former number one draft pick by the Red Sox had a fantastic year last year. This year, he's looking to get even better. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Sea Radio. My name is Corbin, and this is kind of a special edition of Red Sea Radio today because not only are we talking about how successful Mikey Romero could possibly be in 2025, we're talking to Mikey Romero about what made this year so successful for him and how next year is going to get even better. Hope you guys enjoy these videos. Do me a favor if you do, make sure you've hit that like button. It's the best way to let me know you're enjoying this type of content, specifically with these kind of different ones. I'd love to get your opinion on it. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into our interview. All right, so we are joined by the one and only Mikey Romero. Mikey, you're coming off of probably your best statistical season yet in the minor leagues, but I want to take you back. Obviously, we're going to talk about that, but I do want to take you back to the beginning of 24 because you're coming off of 23. You've got the back injury, that you're sort of bringing yourself into form with. What was the mindset for you coming into 2024, and how did the injury and your rehab process affect that?
Yeah, I mean, it was just about getting right. Like, that was the main focus of going into 2024. It was just getting right. I think 2023, I kind of just turned the page. Like, that's kind of what I was taught, is just turn the page. Stuff happens and injuries happen. You play a sport. That's your job. So 2024, the thought process was just turn the page and just do everything I can to be on the field, core, working on my low back, working on my hips, just everything I can to stay on the field. And, 2024 was, obviously a successful year in staying on the field in that.
Yeah, I think success is a little bit of an understatement, to be honest with you. But so once you get back out onto the field and everything starts going well, what does the mindset sort of change into? Because you talk about, I just want to get back out there, right? Well, now you're back out there. What is your mind sort of go to there?
Yeah, I mean, at first it was okay, like I'm just trying to fight to get back out on the field. Early on, it's like, all right, I'm back on the field. I'm enjoying just being back on the field. I'm not going to worry so much about, the production. I'm just, I'm grateful to be back on the field. And I think that I think early on it was, okay, I'm grateful to be back on the field. And then I started pressing just because I wasn't, playing super well to start. I wasn't playing bad by any means, but it just wasn't, what I'm capable of. And then, I started pressing. And then once I got back to, just have fun, enjoy it, you're good enough to be here. That's when I really started turning the page. And, I'm, I consider myself, kind of a dirt dog. Like, I love the game of baseball, and, I, play with the chip on my shoulder. I enjoy running hard, sliding into bases hard, the old school, kind of baseball. That's kind of how I was raised, grit and, just not, having my teammates back, being a fighter, stuff like that, like just gritty. And once I got to that, that's when I felt like I was, my most successful. And that was kind of my mindset for the rest of the year. Once I started getting hot, I kind of just honestly felt like I was that dude. And, I was just trying to do whatever I could to move up to the next level. And, ultimately at the end of the year, I got that opportunity. But I was just, trying to do what I knew, what I was capable of, obviously without the injury and just, being healthy.
Yeah, and I think calling yourself a dirt dog is going to fit right in with Red Sox fans for sure. I think for me, when I'm looking at your 2024 season, because I'm a little bit of a weirdo nerd, there are two things that stick out to me. The first is that you really started to hit the ball in the air a lot more this season than you had in previous seasons, and you also were using the pull side a lot more. Was that by design, or was that just sort of? Am I looking too deep into this?
I mean, I think it's just ABs. Like, I always knew I had the ability to hit the ball in the air to the pull side. Like, I think every media outlet says I don't have pop. I mean, I just hit 16 home runs this year. Like, I know I had pop. Like, it's just a matter of me getting healthy and playing. Like, I think I have like 500 at bats right now, or close to 600 in my pro career, and like that's still like not that much. So I think it was just getting at bats, racking up days, and as soon as I started getting more at bats, playing every day, I think it just came naturally. Like I feel like the average velo now is like 97. Like every time we getting scouting reports like 96, 97, cut ride or ride run, and it's just like, okay, like I got to gear up for today, especially when I got to double A. Like everyone was ride run, ride cut. So I think just like seeing it more, the more you see it, the easier it gets. And I have like I've been blessed with the ability to, I feel like, see spin and see stuff up, especially like curveballs and stuff, and spit on changeup. So I just, it was really just about getting on time with the heater, and that's kind of what I needed to do. And as I got more at bats, I felt more comfortable.
So it wasn't really so much a focus for you coming into the season or
No,
once you got
no, I
healthy?
try and yeah, no, I try and I'd say like keep a line drive approach. I'm not trying to, necessarily hit the ball to the pull side, in the air. It kind of comes natural to me. If I start thinking, pull side air, I'm gonna, fly open and cap stuff to the third baseman, or I'm gonna, every once in a while, I might hit a 450 foot bomb to right field, but like I would rather, hit 300 or 280 with 20 or 25 home runs than I mean, I guess 40 home runs does sound good, but like, like
Not
I
a
want to
bad thing.
be, I want to be all around, I want to be all around. And so, yeah, it wasn't like I needed to hit the ball pull side air. I think it was, okay. As I got healthy, as I got more at bats, I just let my hit ability, do what I know it can do.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I feel like it's sort of something you also pick up as you get more experience in minor league baseball, right? Because you signed at what, 18? Is that
Yeah.
correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
18.
as you're growing, as you're getting older, as you're putting on more weight, does that also sort of naturally help as well?
Oh yeah. No, for sure. Like the Red Sox do a great job too. Like we do bat speed stuff with like drive line bats.
Mhm.
So like a lot of our org, I would be curious to see what our org like average bat speed is, just ranked among MLB. Like we really train bat speed, and obviously, swinging the bat fast is important, but also just getting in the weight room and putting on muscle and just doing all that. But like the Red Sox do a good job both sides of okay, we have the weighted bats, like let's train with those, and then it's all right, let's get after in the weight room just to add the extra, 10, 15 pounds of muscle and be able to swing it that much harder.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot about the Red Sox, that they really focus on that bat speed. Okay, so now you're coming out of 2024, right? I think, would you consider this your best successful season, or would you consider some of the others, maybe your debut in the pro ball or whatever, bigger success?
I mean, I feel like this was my first season, like the 2023, I didn't really play. I wouldn't really count that as a season. I
That's
mean,
fair.
obviously it goes down in the books, played a couple games. Didn't really play that well. But yeah, I mean, jumping into my pro career, obviously, I did really well. I hit the ball really well, played good defense in the FCL and in low A. And then 23, I mean, is what it is. And 24, I feel like was, yeah, my most successful season. Just got the most ABs, got the most reps, both offensively and defensively. And I feel like that just kind of showed what it can be. I don't even, I only played like 77 games. I missed a week because I got hit in the face with a ground ball. I got a
Yeah,
concussion.
right.
Um, but like other than that, I was playing, pretty much every day. To start, it was slow ramp up because they were trying to ease me back into it. But once I got going, like I was playing every day, and it was just more reps, and it kept on stacking days.
Yeah, absolutely. So your most successful season, how do you plan on sort of following that up? Is it just sort of, I want to take exactly what I did in 24 and replicate that in 25, or is there something you're specifically looking to, okay, next year, now that I've got this down, we're going to move on and really focus on this?
Yeah, I mean, I think just getting my body right and just continuing to add strength and muscle, like that's kind of been the focus of this off season. I think just defensively too, like being just expanding my range and making sure that I'm converting, at a just really good rate, and making sure that if I'm going to play in the big leagues, that I'm reliable and that I make the plays, and that when it's bottom of the ninth in the World Series, Game 7, like I want that ball hit to me, like I want to feel that last out. So just making sure that I'm sure with my hands on defense, and then offensively, I think just you know tuning in my approach a little bit. Just trying to be a little bit more of a pro about it. Not chasing, and taking my walks, and just like, yeah, I think just taking my walks when, especially when they're going to give them to me. Just trying to really hone in the strike zone and swing at the pitches I want to hit.
So how does that work from a more technical standpoint? Because I feel like we hear that a lot, like take the walks when they're given to you. But for you,
Yeah.
like when you're in the cage, what are you specifically working on that
Yeah.
betters that in game?
Yeah. So, I mean, I cut the plate, right? They have us do this drill with the Red Sox. It's like the front of the plate is like 7 numbers. So it's like the inside part is 1, and then it goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 being the outside. So in the cage, like I'm going in the cage with a plan. Like I'm trying to, if I only want to swing at a pitch that's 4 through 7, like an outside pitch, like I'm swinging at that pitch and I'm taking every other pitch. And if I swing at the pitch that's not 4 through 7, like I gotta put some skin in the game. I gotta do something, like push-ups or whatever, right? Like it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like you gotta kind of make the training harder, and you gotta put yourself in a scenario to, succeed and fail. But I forgot who I was talking to. I think it was Jason Ochart, and he's one of our hitting guys, and um, he was talking about just cutting the plate, kind of, or not cutting the plate, but like picking kind of what my zone is, and especially in hitting BP and in the cage and stuff, like just like picking where I want to hit it, like
Mhm.
picking the pitches that are coming in and really just honing in on my zone. That's kind of how you train that. Is like it's really about focusing. Like it's all it is. It's locking in and focusing. Like if you swing at bad pitches, which I've done before, we all have done before, like it's a matter of focusing, like that's
Yeah.
really what it is. Like I feel like in the game we can sometimes just let our mind, kind of wander a little bit, or just let it, let us just go on baseball mode and kind of not really think about it, which obviously is a great way to play a lot of the time.
Mhm.
But too, like there's an art to it. There's a thought process behind it. You got to kind of have your approach and hone in on what you're trying to do and what the pitcher's trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fascinating. Yeah,
And it
I
wasn't.
love that.
I got to correct real quick. It wasn't Jason Ochart. It was John Staropoulos.
All right.
I had to. I had
I'll
to.
make sure that that gets in here so we get the right guy the credit. um, okay, so I just want to wrap this up with a couple rapid fire questions. I don't want to hold you for too long. We have a little bit of fun here. Okay, first one: you're debuting at Fenway Park. Your name's getting announced, right? You're walking up to the plate. What songs blasting through the stadium? What are you going with?
um, I don't know. I think "Hot" by Daddy Yankee and Pitbull.
It's a good one.
Using that in Greenville, and I was mashing. I was raking with that one, and then I got up to Portland and I changed it, or I got two. So I went up to Portland on 2 road trips, and then the last series of the year was at Portland, and I changed it. And like the first 2 games, I like sucked, and I was like, I'm changing it back.
Right
And
back. Yeah, right
I
back.
started raking again, and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be my debut song.
That's awesome. So it's because I feel like some guys are like, man, I want to get the stadium riled up. I want a song like Bryson Stott, right? What was that last year when the entire stadium was
Oh
singing?
yeah, okay,
Is,
that was so sick.
yeah, is that something you're looking for? You just like, nah, man, I want what gets me the most hits.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Red Sox fans will like me if I'm getting hits, not necessarily
Fair enough.
if my song is making them, sing well.
That's a good point. Second one, at your peaks, who had the better flow, you or Marcelo?
Ooh, I don't know. I think our flow is different,
It
like
is.
so you're talking about our hair, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, there's a couple different kinds of flow, I guess.
Yeah,
But
true.
like just I think our hair is different. He's got like a thicker, mine's a little more mine looks more like kind of a Brandon Crawford type of flow when it's like, down a little more. Like his is a little thicker. I mean, when I had my flow, I'd say it was top 3 in Red Sox system for sure.
It
Like
was
I'd
up
say
there.
me
That's
and
why I got to ask the
yeah,
question.
yeah. I mean, I had some good flow. Like the lettuce was sick, but we'll
Any
see.
thoughts of
I
bringing
mean,
it back?
yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I got I had a V, like I got like a V, kind of almost like a what's it called,
What, at the front up
a
here?
mullet. No, like a mullet,
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
like a
yeah, okay.
mullet with the flow in the back. And I started raking when I got that, so I was like, I might keep that.
It's a good look for you.
Yeah,
And
it's not
then
bad.
because it's the holiday season, I gotta ask, what's the best gift you've ever gotten?
Oh, probably a glove. I got a DP 15 Dustin Pedroia's
Okay.
model when I was younger. My pops got it for me for Christmas, so that was pretty sick. I think I was probably like 12 or 13. I had that glove forever though.
It was a very good. I had that same glove when I was
It
playing.
was perfect because my hand was small. It fit like he had like the certain kind of hand style
mhm.
because he had smaller hands. So
Yeah, it's a good pick for Red Sox Nation for sure. Favorite teammate you've played with in the Red Sox organization?
ooh, I don't know. I got a couple. Okay, here I'll give one Latin and one American.
All right, we'll do
One
it.
of
Yeah, that'll work.
our Latin guy, one Latin guy that I love is Abram Leando. He's like
Okay.
one of the funniest. He's one of the funniest dudes ever, and he just gets after it. Like I love playing with him. He just like he just gets after it. That's like the best way I could describe him. He's super funny. And then I think I mean shoot like Marcelo, Brooks Brandon. Like that's one of my boys. He was one of my groomsmen at my wedding.
Oh, really?
So yeah, like that's one of my boys. So I'd say it's between probably Brooks and Solo. Like I never played with Solo on the Sox. I played with him obviously before that, but just because you said on the Red Sox, I'll go with Brooks.
I
You
feel like
know
you
he's
got to put the groomsman as the favorite.
yeah, got
I
to,
don't know.
yeah, got to. But
uh,
yeah, Brooks is definitely
he's up there.
yeah. No, he's up there.
Last one for you. Again, I don't want to take up too much time here. I ask everyone I talk to about this. Would you rather have the highest contact ability in baseball, minor league, major league, whatever, the rest of your statistics stay the same, or the best power ability in baseball?
Am I so with this question? Am I like, do I get to keep my current tool set?
Yeah, yeah. Everything else is kind of like the sliders in MLB The Show, right? Everything
I'll
else
probably
stays the same.
go. I probably go.
You
I
did say
probably go
earlier 40 bombs.
No, I'd probably go contact because I mean, with the power, like if you get big, you get strong, you swing the bat fast, and you can make contact, like you're gonna hit some balls out. So
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. All right, Mikey. Thank you so much for being here, man. I really appreciate it. Can't wait to see what you do next year. There we go. Took me a little bit to
yeah,
get it out. Thanks, man.
no worries. Yeah, thanks.
Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought of our Mikey Romero interview and what you thought of Mikey himself. What are you expecting from him in 2025? Let me know all your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Of course, you can listen to this in audio form anywhere you get podcasts. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the red seats.